trash. Hello everyone. Yes, it's me. No, it's me for real.
Yes, me.
I know, I can't believe it myself. What is she doing here today? I don't know how to feel about her. I found her again and I was like, why not? That's not why we're here. We're not here for a look change. We're here because I spent the last week eating celebrity recipes. This video was quite hard to research because there is actually some recipes that were invented by celebrities, but also not really. They just have their ways of making their food, and it's also maybe like food hacks or just their way of eating. And I just wanted to spend a whole week feeling like a celebrity. I can tell you it didn't really feel that glamorous. But yeah, this is what this video is. That's also why it's so long, because this week was long. So this video does not only consist of celebrity recipes, but also of favorite food of celebrities. Nothing more to say. But one last thing before we get into this video, of course I have to mention again, I'm going on tour in March and you could buy tickets for it. Just a reminder. Actually, Manchester is already sold out. Bristol is almost sold out. So if you want to get your tickets, go ahead, because March is not that far away. I hope you're getting your tickets after this video. I see you. Let's just jump right in. We love our celebs. Actually, we don't. Most of them are assholes. The first meal of the week, and we're gonna eat Taylor Swift's breakfast, crepe with ham and eggs. At least the internet says that this is her favorite breakfast. I've never seen her say it, but a lot of articles say that. It's literally the first thing that you'll find when you type in Taylor Swift crepe with ham and cheese. It's the first thing that Google says, so it must be right. And also, it's important that it's buckwheat crepes. We're doing a little healthy alternative. If we're Taylor Swift, we gotta stay healthy because we have to play 5,000 concerts for one tour. Taylor Swift is actually pre-act from the Villain of Your Dreams tour by Naomi. So this is me a week ago wanting to make myself some crepes. I also had a huge pimple on my chin. I don't want to talk about it. Here's everything you need. Actually, quite overseeable, manageable, comprehensible. So you're gonna need some flour, a little bit of buckwheat flour. I think it's like half-half. Some aggressive salting, and mix that all together, like all of your dry ingredients. Then you mix together all of your wet ingredients, which would be 2 eggs, a cup of milk, and 1/4 cup apparently. Oh, that's it actually. That's it. I mean, we're making a crepe, guys. You know how to make a crepe. I made so many crepes on my channel because I made crepe cakes. I basically am a crepe professional. Then slowly combine your wet ingredients with your dry ingredients and also put a little bit of butter in there. Melted butter. There can never be enough butter. Put that aside. Some recipes said to let it rest for 2 hours. Some said to let it rest for 30 minutes. Just do what you think is best for your crepe. I think I did like an hour because I was hungry. Softly butter your pan and now we can make our crepes. I actually have a crepe pan somewhere in the realm of my apartment, but I was just not feeling it. I was like, girl, this is not happening this morning. I just took my pan. No crepe pan today, we're just gonna use a normal pan. So it's also kind of like pancakes. And my first one was also a bit too thick, so it definitely turned more into a Pfannkuchen, like as Germans would say. But I think Taylor Swift would forgive me. Would you, Taylor?
No.
Then for some reason I had this incredibly big ulcer in my pancake. Just kept on rising higher and higher. I made it pop. Then you're gonna put some Gruyere cheese on it, which is this very intense cheese. Some ham, because it's a ham and cheese crepe. And apparently then you crack the egg right on top, salt it a little bit, pepper it a little bit, put the lid on. Yes, my lid does not fit my pan. That will be the burden that I carry for the rest of my life. And I was scared that the egg's not gonna cook soon enough. There was always constant heat and I was scared that the crepe's gonna burn from down below and the egg's not done yet. But actually it all worked out perfectly.
Perfect.
And what can I tell you? This is the perfect breakfast. I have to say it right away. I enjoyed this so much. The salty cheese, the salty ham with the egg, and this buckwheat crepe.
That's really good.
It really actually reminded me of my childhood because my mom always used to make every kind of pancake, Pfannkuchen, crepe with buckwheat flour instead of normal flour because she always wanted to make it healthy, and then she also put some oats in there. You know, it was always very healthy, which is good. Appreciate that, Mama. I do, but as a child, you just always want to have the most unhealthy thing possible. I didn't appreciate it back then, but now I do. Taylor Swift does the same. For lunch, we're gonna make Hailey Bieber's signature pizza toast. This is quite common. This was also happening on social media because she literally uploaded a whole video dedicated to making this pizza toast. So here are all the ingredients that we need. In the best case, you have a sourdough bread because that's what she uses, but I think you can make this on every kind of bread. But since I am a person that always stays true to the recipe, I'm gonna use sourdough. Start off by cutting your tomatoes. Then you're gonna salt those, pepper those, put some olive oil on them, and also important, some lemon, and just let them marinate in it for a little bit. Cut your sourdough, put a lot of butter on both sides, and we're gonna pan fry them. And then you're gonna put some mozzarella. Okay, I did not stay true to the recipe because she's using burrata. But since I am a person that always stays true to the recipe, anyway, put lots of burrata. When I say that, it sounds so aggressive. Burrata. Yeah, put your burrata on it, your mozzarella, whatever you have on hand. Put it into the oven and bake for like 5 to 6 minutes, just so the cheese is already melted, because you want to have the cheese as a protective barrier. You need passata. There's no way in saying this without cringing. Passata. She also warmed it up before putting it on the bread. Hailey. So obviously we're not gonna do that because we're normal. Put your passata on the leftover mozzarella or your tomato. Then put some parmesan on there and put it back in for about 6 to 8 minutes. I have to say, it looks pretty amazing, pretty delicious. The only thing that I would change is I would maybe actually use burrata. And also put it in a little bit longer. I was scared that it's gonna burn. I think it could have stayed in there a little longer. It was not that hot. So maybe that's also a plus, because with like pizza or this type of oven product, you are just destined to burn your mouth. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but I don't get the hype. I said it. I'm sorry, Hailey. Random. It just didn't hit the spot for me 100%. It was still good though. And then for dinner, we're gonna have Zendaya's avocado pasta. I also didn't really find any footage of Zendaya talking about this pasta, just this.
I learned a little dish the other day, a little pasta dish. We made it with like this avocado sauce, and it was freaking delicious.
And I have no idea where it's from, but there's also a lot of articles that talk about Zendaya's avocado pasta. So, you know, there must be some source. I think this is literally the most simple recipe in this video. You're just gonna need your pasta of choice. Avocado, basil, lemon, and garlic. That's it. Cook the pasta of your choice, and meanwhile, you're gonna make the sauce, which is literally just blending avocados, putting lemon in there, and some garlic. I also put a little bit of oil, also salt and pepper it, and then fight the blender fight. It was still not liquid enough, so I just put a little bit of this vegan cream in there. I had to make choices, okay? And I did it. You can be proud of me. Then all you have to do is mix everything together, add a little bit of Parmesan, garnish it with something beautiful. I can't do this shit. So my noodles looked interesting. I think if you eat pasta like this, you might want to have something that's giving you a little bit of crunch as a side dish. It doesn't have a strong taste, obviously, and I was missing a side dish. I don't know. It was just not hitting the spot 100% for me. It was still a good pasta dish and obviously also very healthy.
Oh, perfect bite.
But yeah, next time when I make this, I will also make some kind of garlic baguette to go as a side dish with this. But I would do it again. It was still a good dinner. Day number 2, and we're gonna start off with a recipe from Grimes.
I basically hate everything besides carbs and fat.
I don't know if we can even call this a recipe, but apparently they have a very specific way of eating toast, butter toast. And this recipe also definitely went quite viral. I'm not gonna specify right now. We're just gonna go ahead and make it. I don't know why I recorded so many shots of me making faces, but I think all I wanted to say is that I didn't sleep well. At least that's what I look like. So for this one, we're gonna need a lot of butter. There can never be enough butter. And you're gonna soak your white toast in the butter. Also pan fry it. Make it crunchy. Make it buttery. Give your toast a butter bath. Obviously, you also want to butter it from both sides, and then you're gonna top it off with some strawberry jam or whatever jam you prefer. Strawberry jam is the obvious choice. Somehow this hit something in me. I enjoyed this breakfast so much. Maybe it's because I am very much a butter advocate, but this was so good. The texture even, it was kind of like caramelized, and with the jam, it was so incredibly delicious. I inhaled both of these toasts. So it does sound a bit questionable, obviously, because the amount of butter you use is quite unreasonable, but this is worth it. I totally get why Grimes would eat that. And for lunch, it's time to go a bit more into a healthy direction with Jennifer Aniston's Cobb salad. Apparently, this was her go-to salad that she ate at the set of Friends every day. There is quite some variation of this Cobb salad. Somehow, a version of it got viral with like quinoa, and that's not even it. Like, she literally said it herself in an interview with Allure.
This is supposed to be the Jennifer Aniston salad, which unfortunately is not the salad.
She explained how to really make it, so that's what we're gonna do. Here's me walking into the scene with my salad. You just need iceberg salad. That's it. Wait, no, it's not salad. Oh my god, it's lettuce. I'm so sorry, guys. Cut your lettuce, wash your lettuce, dry your lettuce, and then only notice after filming this that once you left the room, your cat was a traitor. Yes, Chili, I got it all on camera. We caught you in 4K. This little cheeky bitch. I swear, Chili is the most fine boy. But once I'm not there, his cheeky side comes out. He's only doing bad stuff once I'm not there. Little bitch. Yeah, this is quite boring because I'm just cutting the ingredients that we have. You know, it's a salad, so we also have a tomato. Actually, now we're already getting to a crazy ingredient. We're gonna make chicken. No, we're not gonna make it. We're gonna cook it. We're gonna bake it. We're gonna cut it in little pieces, put some lemon on it, salt and pepper, and then just pan fry your chicken. I also put a little bit of paprika powder in there for some color because I could not stand it the way it was. Now you're gonna get all of the oil out of the pan and put bacon inside. No oil needed for this because you know, bacon is already very oily. Then I tried to make it healthy and dabbed some of the oil off. Then apparently she also put some salami. I never put salami in my salad before. Kind of crazy. And then we can already make the dressing, which is basically an Italian dressing, but apparently she also puts mayo in there, which I don't think is super common with Italian dressings. If you don't know how to make Italian dressing, it's literally just oil, balsamic vinegar, or white wine vinegar. Maybe also some mustard if you're feeling crazy, some honey if you're feeling crazy. Then we can already assemble. Don't forget the cobs, because it's called a cob salad. I almost forgot about them. Also called Kichererbsen, chickpeas. Why did we say cob anyway? Yeah, assemble all of it together. Honestly, I don't think I ever made such a pretty salad, and I don't think I ever put so much effort into one salad. That's crazy to me. Last but not least, put on some Parmesan, and then you can put the dressing on, and there is your Jennifer Aniston cob salad. This is the exact way she makes it.
I would eat this.
And I have to say, this was a very good salad. I mean, it has protein, it has flavor, it has everything that you want. The sauce is creamy. It was the bomb. I think it was actually the best salad that I've ever eaten in my life. I also never put so much effort into my salad, so. But I get this one. I think I could also eat this every day, and I do in fact want to eat it right now. Thanks for that, Aniston. For dinner, on day 2, we're gonna have some vegan mac and cheese from Billie Eilish. I don't know how I have this recipe in here because I literally thought that she had this one vegan mac and cheese recipe. But during researching, I figured that there isn't one. Apparently, she only likes it and reportedly ate it in some random restaurant in Dallas. So, you know, at least we can be sure that she likes it. And I also wanted the challenge of making a vegan mac and cheese because I've never made it before. So, you know, bring it on, Eilish. This is a bit of a more complicated recipe. As you can see, we have quite some ingredients. You need cashews and you have to soak them at least 30 minutes before, probably even longer. And if you don't have the time to soak them, you can also boil them beforehand. Then you're gonna need some potatoes, some onion, and a little tiny bit of carrot, and boil that until it's boiled. By the way, this is just a random recipe that I found on the internet, so I had no idea if this was gonna taste good. Now we will fry up some breadcrumbs. I don't think I can say anything about this because we're just frying the breadcrumbs until they're golden brown, and we're also adding some garlic. This will be the topping. Once your vegetables are boiled, drop 2 potatoes. That's important. Save up some of the boiled water for later. Almost drop another potato again. And then be happy that you didn't drop it. And now we're getting to the blender action, which means it's party time. Put all of your vegetables into the blender. Strain your cashews. Put the cashews in. Put in some vegan cream. Honestly, I put in a bit more, again, because I knew my blender was gonna be fighting. Then put 3 tablespoons of yeast flakes, some miso paste, and a little bit of water. And here you can use the water that you strained from the vegetables. I also put some mustard in there because I read that in some recipes, but not all of them, and I love mustard, so you go, girl. And now we're gonna blend it. And once again, the blender is putting up a fight. And it also started to smell weird. After that, you're gonna put the sauce into a pot again and heat it up. You're also gonna drop the camera into the sauce. Very important step. And then comes all of the spices and herbs. We need paprika powder, cayenne pepper, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and honestly whatever you like. I think I also put a little bit of nutmeg. That was just me improvising. And then my sauce was really going ham. It looked like it was alive. Then of course cook your mac and cheese pasta, horns preferably, and that's it. Mix it all together, baby. I feel like the consistency was actually not bad, but I have to say I was missing cheese. Obviously with normal mac and cheese, you also put cheese on top, right? And just like put it into the oven. Yeah, that I was missing, but we're gonna top it off with our garlic breadcrumbs. Look at our amazingly adorable cat who just jumped on the counter a couple of hours ago. And here is our vegan mac and cheese. So here's my verdict. It's not bad, but I wouldn't compare it to mac and cheese necessarily. Like there's just not a lot of cheese happening, maybe some mac. I don't think it had any similarity to mac and cheese. Maybe I did it wrong, maybe I had a bad recipe. Well, it was good, but it was just not very mac and cheesy. It just tasted like some random sauce. You want to try my vegan mac and cheese?
Oh, I'm naked.
Okay, then you can try it in the kitchen.
So cheesy.
Just consider it pasta with some random sauce.
Yeah, then it's fine. Damn.
Can you hear Chili's purring? Cute! It was so early in the morning. It was still dark outside, so I wasn't really that hungry, but I still had to have some kind of breakfast. So we're gonna make Yolanda Hadid's goat milk. I mean, she's not making the goat milk herself. I'm pretty sure that would imply that she's the goat. She actually talked about it and made it in a video. I have no idea who she is. I mean, she's obviously the mom of the Hadids, Mother Hadid. So she must also be a model, has been a model. I don't know. This is obviously also quite simple because we're just gonna drink some milk.
He needs some milk.
I rarely drink goat milk though because I still think it's quite a distinctive flavor, the goat in there. And I love goat's cheese. With milk, it's still a bit confusing to me. So I don't know where I'm at with this one. But I'm gonna give it a try. Just heat it up and put some cinnamon in it and some cardamom. And that's literally it. Ooh, she's rising. We got it all under control. Where's my cinnamon stick? Huh? Where did it dissolve? Where's my cinnamon? Oh. I also foamed the milk up a little bit because I wanted it to be very creamy and foamy.
Immer mache ich eine Sauerei.
Also some honey to taste, depends on how sweet you would like it to be. And here is my breakfast drink. Honestly, very, very comforting, especially at this time of day when you just woke up, you're not really hungry yet, but you might have a little bit of an appetite. This is perfect. And also it reminded me so much of my school days. I always drank hot milk with honey for breakfast. I really liked it. I also did not mind the goat taste in it at all. It somehow worked really well with the ingredients. It also actually filled me up a little bit. Like, I felt full. I didn't have an appetite after that anymore. So it was perfect. For lunch, we're actually gonna have our first celebrity that has a cookbook. And I'm talking about Chrissy Teigen. She has a cookbook called Cravings. And I never knew that she was so much into cooking, but you go, Teigen. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea who this is. I mean, I know the name, but I really have no idea what she does. Is she an actress? Or did she get famous with her cookbook? Is that her thing? Is she a cook? A chef? A cheftress? Anyway, this was after gym, so I was really craving something with protein. And we're gonna make Chrissy Teigen's famous tuna melt. Usually you would also use white bread for this, but since I just came home from the gym and I was feeling healthy schmalthy, I wanted to have some whole wheat toast. Here's everything you need. Of course, I'm gonna use my ogórki konserwowe again, and just cut your pickles because I'm gonna make my own relish. Obviously, if you live in America, you can just go ahead and buy relish. Here in Germany, you can't. It's just, you can't. Cut up your pickles super small for this. Tiny, tiny, tiny pickles. Cut up some onion, also in the tiniest cubes possible. Then put a little bit of sugar in there and Zepf auf meinem Shirt. Mustard. And now you're gonna mix it up with some mayo and your tuna of choice. Obviously salt and pepper it, you know the zhizh. And then once again, we're gonna put butter on both the sides of our toast, which I only after I did that figured out that you only need to put it on one side of the toast because you don't need butter inside of your sandwich. So it was quite butter overload. And also I had some struggles just getting the butter on this type of bread. I don't know, it was not working out for me. Then you need some tomatoes, preferably small ones, but you can also use big ones. In this household, we don't care about the size. And then you need some cheddar. And now the last thing you're gonna do is just cook it, bake it, make it till you fake it. Fry it until it's as brown as you want and the cheese is melted, obviously. Here it is. This is my final product and I loved this tuna melt so much. I love tuna in general. Like, it's just my go-to protein. I don't think I've ever made a tuna melt before with like cheese and like worm, but with the cheese and also the relish, that was what was missing all this time. So I think I will definitely repeat this recipe a lot because this really hit the spot. And for dinner, we're gonna have shrimp tacos. Unfortunately, it's kind of a recipe by Kylie Jenner, but also by Karrueche Tran. You know, in this household, we don't love the Jenners or the Kardashians. I mean, she is an advocate for shrimp tacos. You probably know this famous clip of hers.
The shell shrimp.
But Karrueche apparently made her recipe together with Kylie Jenner, and we're gonna make that exact one. For that, you're obviously gonna need a couple of ingredients. Obviously, you're gonna need
shrimpies.
I don't think I ever made anything with shrimp because I don't really like shrimps that much. Like, I eat them, but I always think the texture is weird. So this recipe was definitely kind of a gamble for me. I'm gonna cut up the shrimps. I also removed the caca. The main spice will be Old Bay seasoning. I didn't have that. I ordered it. It didn't arrive on time, so I have to make my own Old Bay mixture, which is why I put so many of these spices out, because I just googled what's in Old Bay and then I put in what I had. So I'm gonna make my little shrimp seasoning. I also put a little bit of oil in there because they weren't actually that wet. Now let's get these shrimps cooking. I also have no idea how much time shrimps need to be cooked. I think not for a long time, right? Because you don't want them to be overcooked. But I'm always scared. Anyway, put some onions in there, some tomatoes, some cilantro, just pan fried for a little bit and then eventually add your
shrimpies.
And then actually just let it cook. until your shrimps are like orange, which is hard to see because the sauce is orange. I think I cooked it for like 5 to 6 minutes. And now it's time to make your taco shells. And that I also have never done before. That was something that Karouge did in her video. Never in my life have I fried my own taco shells. So heat up some oil and you need these small tortilla wraps. At some point, flip it, like fold it, so you have this typical taco shell shape. Never done this before. This was really dangerous and really crazy to me. Why would I do this? But also I wanted the challenge because you know me, I'm always scared of frying stuff, and this was no exception. I have respect for those who fry. But I eventually made it, and then it's time to make some guacamole. I usually make my guacamole a different kind of way, a very German kind of way. So I'm gonna follow the recipe. Are you proud of me? I know you are. So avocado, onion, spring onion, tomatoes, cilantro, lime, onion powder. No salt and pepper. Here are my fried taco shells. Honestly, I think they turned out amazing. Some of them are more soft, some of them are more crunchy, but it's time to assemble our shrimp taco. Put the shrimpies on, put the guacamole on, some creme fraiche, aka sour cream. And of course, put some salsa. I just have some store-bought salsa. I couldn't be bothered. And then you can also put some cheese on top, or you can also put it on top of the shrimps. If it's still hot, then it's gonna melt a little bit. My shrimps were not hot anymore. And here is my shrimp taco. I think I put a little bit too much in because I always tend to put way too much into my taco. I'm a greedy bitch. My verdict for this one is it was definitely edible, not bad, but I just am not the biggest fan of shrimps, and I don't think I will ever be. That's all I can say. So I think shrimp tacos are not for me. I like normal tacos way more. Tacos al pastor, my babies. This is just not my vibe. If you like shrimps, then this will probably hit the spot for you. We're gonna start the day off with a drink again, because you know, I like to start my day off with a tea actually. If somebody were to ask me what I eat in a day, I love to drink a good nettle tea for breakfast. I do this every day because nettle is good for hormones. Good for your hormones. I think I just turned British because we're gonna make a recipe from Florence Pugh. Oh gosh, how do you pronounce her surname?
Florence Pugh.
Pugh. So Florence Pugh has a specific way of making her tea. Not really. It's just how all Brits make their tea. Actually, I can't say that. I feel like that's offensive. But I would still say it's the typical way. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brits. She also actually recorded a tutorial for how she makes her tea.
Who wants to make a good cup of tea?
She uses Yorkshire tea. I actually had this imported from the UK, so I'm gonna follow that exact recipe. Yes, it's always time for another cat cameo, okay? Just, we have to say good morning to Chili too.
Come on, you're so interesting. So kleiner Süßi Füßi.
So put your tea back in. It's always important that you use hot boiling water.
Let's have a proper brew.
After a couple of minutes, you're gonna remove the tea bag. Apparently, she squeezes her tea bag and then put some oat milk in. She's also very specific about that. She says, shake your oat milk before that and then it will get creamy.
Mine didn't get creamy.
The thing is, I love black tea with milk, but I also need some kind of sugar, honey, something in there.
To me, this is a little strong.
When I make my black tea, I usually always use the second brew because it's too strong for me. It's too bitter. So this one really hit me head in. Florence Yorkshire tea is not for me, but in general, I do not hate a good little afternoon black tea with honey and milk.
You look like my Yorkshire tea. You're twinning.
Since I was actually hungry though, I also needed something else and not just tea. And we're gonna make a recipe by Elvis Presley. I know you didn't expect that. Apparently Elvis also has a cookbook. I mean, obviously not written by him because he's dead. But he did have his specific recipes that he ate. And we're gonna have the peanut butter and banana sandwich, which seems to be quite famous. Apparently it got famous because people thought that he also put bacon on there, but that's wrong. Because I read his cookbook and there is no bacon in there. Chill, everyone. For that, it's important that you toast your bread beforehand, just for a short amount of time. By the way, I have a new toaster. Finally, no burning down the house anymore. Mash your banana. Mash it up real good. So it's some kind of banana mash. You get me. We get each other. Then on one side of your lightly toasted bread, you're gonna put the peanut butter, and on the other side, the banana mash. And now what I was very surprised by is that we're actually gonna use the butter technique from Grimes. There can never be enough butter. You're gonna put a lot of butter in your pan and then fry it from both sides until it's golden brown. I had to get used to the flavor, I'm gonna be honest, because I wouldn't necessarily mix peanut butter and banana. It's just not a combination that I would usually go for. Actually, it is. For some reason, it tasted so outlandish, so different. I think it's just the texture on it, because like the banana mash kind of melts into your bread, so it's kind of gray. It's a weird texture. That's maybe what threw me off, but in general, this is a delicious toast because it's buttered. Duh. For lunch, we're gonna make a Cardi B recipe. Actually, it's not her recipe because I found this video of hers and she said got this recipe from Fredsters. I don't know if she wrote that in the TikTok, but I think she did. So shout out to Fredsters. Get your blender out, honey. We're gonna make a spicy jalapeno dip for lunch. Here's all the ingredients, not too much. Here is the recipe again. I don't know why I'm showing you. And you're gonna need a whole bar of cream cheese. We're gonna size it down a little bit because she made a whole bucket. We're gonna make a small bowl because that's enough. I think she also used 2 bars of cream cheese. We're gonna use 1. That's fine. Then put 1 avocado, a little bit of jalapenos, obviously, and a little bit of the sauce too. She put a whole pack of sour cream. I put half of it. She put lots of limes. I think like 3. I put 1. Then also lots of cilantro. I'm not gonna put so much because if it just tastes like cilantro, then you know, why would I do that? Also some chicken bouillon or vegetable bouillon, whatever you like. Lots of garlic powder, and there you have it. You can blend her up. Again, we had the same fire. I just needed to put a bit more of the jalapeno juice in there to make it work. But I did eventually make it work. It's literally just green sauce. But it was good. It was really, really good. I don't think I've ever made a dip for tortillas. When I eat tortillas, I just eat them without anything because I'm that kind of girl. But this really hit the spot with the sour cream, all the cream cheese, and the soft jalapeno taste in there. Not too overpowering. This hit the spot for me. I love this dip so much. It's probably a bit too much effort for just the sauce for me personally. Other than that, I would make it again. Shout out to Fredster. I was feeling an afternoon snack. I needed something else, something sweet. So I made Felix brownies. Felix from Stray Kids.
Good morning, sunshine.
Apparently he made them in a vlog.
Hey, Felix! Hey, Felix!
She didn't really tell us a recipe, but some very committed stays found it out. Here's the recipe that I'm following. Found this on Pinterest. I mean, it's just brownies, okay? We're making brownies with a little bit of a twist, but not really. Apparently the secret ingredient is espresso. So first off, you will need 30 grams of cocoa powder. I strained it because it was very chunky. Then 100 grams of powdered sugar and also 100 grams of brown sugar. That is so much sugar. I had to back up because I couldn't put so much sugar in there, so I took some out again. Then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 eggs, and 115 grams of melted butter, which is also so much butter.
Nice.
Mix it all together, and then I almost forgot the special ingredient, espresso. I think I should have put more because he puts 1 tablespoon of espresso powder, and I put a little bit more than 1 tablespoon of espresso, the liquid version, so mine was dimmed down already, so I should have put more. But it's fine. Mix it all together, and then in a different bowl, you're gonna put in 100 grams all-purpose flour, 200 grams bread flour. I didn't have bread flour, so I just put a little bit more all-purpose flour. Sorry, Felix. 1/2 teaspoon baking powder and a pinch of salt. Now that you have these 2 bowls, you're gonna combine them. Gradually add the powder to the liquids, not all at once, and fold it in. Don't be too aggressive. And then as a last step, you're gonna put some chocolate drops, some chocolate pieces in there of whatever chocolate you like. Now fill it all into your cake form or whatever you have, and now put it into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes at about 180 degrees Celsius. Here's my brownie. I did it. But I quickly realized that I think I baked them for too long. They do look good, but it looks more like chocolate cake. And I mean, brownies are always slightly underbaked. And I baked them for too long because I was a pussy. I was scared, okay? I didn't want to like underbake them. I shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't have. So yeah, I kind of ruined and butchered Felix's brownies here, and I do feel so ashamed. I hope he can forgive me. I'm sure he will see this video. Stay forever. For dinner, we're gonna get back to Taylor Swift. And in 73 questions with Vogue, she said,
"What's your favorite food?"
What I wish I could eat every day if calories didn't count is like chicken tenders.
Fuck cooking. I'm gonna order me some chicken tendies tonight.
Stand up together.
Obviously in America you have like Raising Cane's and such. We don't have that in Germany, but we have a dupe. Here we have slim chickens, and that's something in Berlin, like very similar, I would say. We even have a dupe sauce for the Raising Cane sauce, which I didn't like so much, to be honest. Like it was so pickly, it's so sour, and it just tasted like they put 1 glass of vinegar in there. I don't know, it was not my thing, but the chicken tendies were good. I know this is not really related to the chicken tenders, but I also ordered me some potato mash and some gravy because I love it. I think that's the perfect combination with chicken tenders.
The perfect bite.
So that one is definitely approved, but how could it not? It's delicious. Taylor Swift, I love your music. Just in case she sees this. For breakfast, we're gonna make a recipe by Gordon Ramsay. He's also not really my favorite celebrity, but you can't deny that he makes a mean scrambled egg.
Eggs, come on.
This recipe is very famous by him. I think he definitely has more known recipes as well, but this was the only recipe that I've ever made before by Gordon Ramsay. So let's have his scrambled eggs for breakfast, because to me, scrambled eggs need to be like liquid. I don't want them to be cooked, you know what I mean? Anyway, put your eggs into the cold pan and then also put some butter in there. And now you're gonna turn on the heat, and with a spatula, you're gonna destroy the eggs. And now as soon as you realize the egg starts cooking, you're gonna take it off the heat. And then you're gonna put it back on there. And as soon as you realize it's cooking again, take it off the heat. And you do that like, I don't know, 2 to 3 times until you have the desired consistency. Honestly, it was very, very runny, but I like it that way. And in the end, you're also gonna put 1 teaspoon of sour cream in there, some salt and pepper. He puts chives. I didn't have that, so I just put some spring onion and pretended it was chives. In Germany, we would say it looks gottlos. I literally posted a video of me eating this on my German mukbang channel on TikTok, and people hated the guts of me. I also didn't even eat it with some kind of toast. Gordon Ramsay serves it with bread. I don't need that. I like my egg soup. I like it. It's perfect the way it is. This hit so hard. I could eat this every morning and I could eat buckets of it. For lunch, we're gonna make another Billie Eilish recipe, and we're gonna make her famous noodles. And I'm gonna say right off the bat, I have no idea why this is so famous. I love the stories that she made. Like, she literally posted a whole Instagram stories recipe tutorial. Let's just try it. This is all the ingredients you need for this recipe. I mean, we love it when it's not a lot of ingredients, but it has to be good as well. So, you know, let's just keep going. You're gonna boil some water, and then you're gonna use some vegan chicken bouillon cubes, or not cubes, just some bouillon. I think maybe that's also what fucked up this recipe, because I didn't use the exact ones that Billie had, because she had vegan chicken bouillon. Maybe that slaps. I just had this, you know, vegetable kind of thing. Put it into your water, and then you're gonna put some rice noodles in there, as many as you want, and also cook them as long as you want, depending on how chewy you want them. Then some spring onion, a block of tofu sliced into small pieces, and lots of chili powder / chili flakes. This is it. That's the recipe. Billie, you know I love you. You must know for sure. But listen to me when I say this. This is bland. This tastes like nothing. And it bothers me so much because so many people recreated that and then said in their video, wow, this is so good. I had this 4 days in a row. You didn't. It's obviously not gross because it's literally just veggie bouillon with noodles. It's edible. That's about it. Maybe my taste buds are also dead. I don't know. You tell me. I ate this like late afternoon because I went out that night. So there was no dinner, only alcohol. Don't do that. That was that day. Kind of a short day, but that's my life. So we're gonna carry on with day number 7, which was 100% not my best day. As I said, I went out the day before and I'm also not the youngest anymore, so the hangovers just hit on a different level. I woke up at like noon. It's just what happened. I had the breakfast for lunch and I was not feeling well. We're still gonna keep going. What was extra nasty was the leftover tofu that was still standing in the kitchen because I didn't have time to eat it. Also, I didn't want to eat it. Sorry, Billie Eilish. Sorry. But now for breakfast. But now for lunch, we're gonna make a recipe from Snoop Doggy Dogg. Something that surprised me so much again was that Snoop Dogg also has a cookbook. Why? Not that I'm hating on it, because icon. We're gonna make his billionaire's bacon. And for that, you're gonna pour some brown sugar into a bowl, lots of chili flakes, and some black pepper. And that is the mixture that you will put onto your bacon. He's using thick cut bacon, but we do not have such thing in Germany. Maybe you can get it in like a Metzgerei. So I just layered my bacon. You know, you don't have to work hard, you just have to work smart. And then drizzled the sugar mixture on there, rubbed it in, put it into the oven, listen to Snoop Dogg. And then it was time to get my bacon out. It looked nasty. Obviously, it kind of caramelized in there and there was so much fat and oil. I also made the biggest mistake to put the bacon onto a kitchen towel. Because of the sugar, it melted together. It was sticky, so the kitchen towel just stuck on my bacon. I don't think this was a part of Snoop Dogg's recipe. Some days you just have to eat kitchen towel. There's no way around it. Here's my breakfast / lunch, and I have to say, it was hitting. Maybe especially because I had that strong hangover going, and with the sun also hitting my face, I don't know, it was a vibe. I was feeling horrible, but also the bacon didn't make it worse, which is good in my book. Like, it also tasted really good. I love the combination of really salty and really sweet. Then you also obviously have the spiciness in there. I think this actually tasted like a billionaire. Then I spent all day editing last week's video. I really went through it that day. Editing with a hangover is also not fun, but at 8 p.m. I was able to finally make some dinner, and we're gonna make Cameron Diaz wherever you got ramen. This is a video she uploaded, and it's literally 30 minutes long, and it's literally just her cutting vegetables. I'm not even lying. It's kind of a cute video. It's just her being cute, being her quirky millennial self. I can say that because I'm a zillennial. I still watched the whole video because I needed the recipe. Since this is called Whatever You Got Ramen, you kind of already get the idea what you will put into this ramen. I wanted to use up as much ingredients as I could that I still had left from the whole week. My fridge was packing. So these are the ingredients of my choice. We're gonna use up Billy's tofu. We're gonna use up Jennifer Aniston's chickpeas, the carrots from the mac and cheese, the celery I bought. Cut all of your vegetables and tofu very finely. I think it was too fine for me. If I were to do this again, this fine cuttage, it's not happening in my household. But you're gonna pan fry it, also put your chickpeas in. In the end, you just put in whatever you got. Once your vegetables are done frying, you're gonna put them to the side of the pan, and you're gonna put in sesame oil and pan fry your onions in there, garlic and ginger. I just think sesame oil is way too overpowering, and frying them in sesame oil, it was predestined to taste too much like sesame oil. I wanted to follow her recipe, but I wouldn't make it that way again. I would just use butter, of course. There can never be enough butter. Cameron used, I think, some kind of garlic lemon ramen, but once again, you use... There's a hair. But once again, you use whatever you got. I'm gonna use my Soon Veggie Ramyeon because I had that in my drawer, and it's also one of my favorite ramen. While the noodles are cooking, you can finish your vegetables, add some spices. Cameron also added some kind of garlic chili paste, which I didn't have, so I just added some chili powder. Garlic is already in there, so Cameron literally cooked her ramen noodles in chicken broth, and then she also added the powder from the ramen, which is double the taste, double the flavor. I put like a tiny bit of chicken bouillon. Once your ramen is done, you're gonna put an egg in or two, whatever fancies your boat. I also put 1 teaspoon of sour cream in there because I just like my ramen to be creamy. And then you're gonna put your vegetables in there. The last things you're gonna add is some rice vinegar, a little bit of lime, and some cilantro. And there you have it. This is Cameron Diaz's whatever you got ramen. I was still so hungover, but I knew that some good, rich ramen broth might get some life back into me. I have to say, I still fought a lot with these noodles. I wasn't sick, I just had like the worst headaches, and it was still kind of a torture for me to just exist. But it was definitely delicious. I just have a few things that I would change up. As I said, I wouldn't cut my vegetables so small. I also didn't like the tofu in there because it had such a weird rubbery texture in there, which I could not stand that day. I also put way too much lime or too much rice vinegar, or maybe both. It was very, very acidy, and I put too much ginger. You just have to figure it out for yourself. This is obviously a very loose recipe. You could use different ingredients. You can use more of this, less of this, depends on your taste. I just don't like ginger so much, so it was a bit overpowering, but that is my verdict. It was still a good dinner and also good for that situation that I was in, but I would change up a few things if I were to make it again. So for breakfast, I was actually very, very hungry, so we're gonna make a whole sandwich. And we're gonna make Bella Hadid sandwich. It's also called the 19 ingredient sandwich. If you count salt and pepper as 2 ingredients, yes, there's gonna be a lot of ingredients on there. She actually uploaded a great tutorial herself.
Mix it all together, put it aside. Okay, shit. Oh.
Here are the 19 ingredients that we're gonna use minus the salt and pepper. This is not an ingredient, this is my cat again. First off, you're gonna prepare the lettuce. Cut it in small pieces, add some red onion, add some lemon, some red wine vinegar, some olive oil, and also some balsamic vinegar, and also some oregano, or in my case, I just added Italian herbs. And of course, you're also gonna salt and pepper it. And now it's time for fake aioli, I would say. Put a lot of mayo. I couldn't because my mayo was empty. You can put some more. Put some mustard, then garlic powder. You can also use raw garlic, but you know, I wanted to make my life easy. Some basil, and there you have a basil aioli, a fake one. Now cut up some pepperoncini. Not the squirt. This is the toast I'm gonna use. It's not a toast, it's a baguette. Obviously, you can use whatever. Bella used some kind of soft sandwich bread, which I honestly would prefer. Cut it into bread. Stuff it with some pepperoncinis on one side. On the other side, you're gonna put your fake aioli, and then you can put on your lettuce mixture, some turkey, some salami. This was also a great way to use up all of the ingredients that I still had from the Jennifer Aniston salad. Put a lot of cheese on. No, you can put a lot of cheese on. And some tomatoes. I found out through Bella Hadid's video that she doesn't like tomatoes. I'm glad I know that. And here it is. That's the one. That's the 19 ingredient sandwich. Did you count? Ooh, this sandwich was sandwiching though. But then again, I also have to say that it kind of tasted like the Jennifer Aniston Cobb salad, just as a sandwich. This sandwich was definitely hitting. It was a great breakfast. Oh, Vincent cameo. For lunch, we're gonna get back to Cardi B. She made this famous spicy bowl, which can be questionable at times. But I also feel like it could taste good. It could taste good for me personally, because I love a lot of like pickled stuff. I'm just scared that it will be too spicy. Let's just stop the talking. Let's get into the recipe. First of all, something very important that she's using is these 7-Eleven gas station pickled sausages from Big Mama. Obviously, we do not have that here. So I had to get creative and I pickled my own sausages. I just drained out all the sausage water in there, put some vinegar in there, some lemon juice, and filled it up with water. Isn't that how you pickle?
I have no idea.
what I'm doing. This is an experiment. I also did this 2 days prior, so I think they were pickling in the fridge for 2 days. So now let's get to the spicy bowl. First off, you need pickles. Cut your pickles into small pieces and also put pickle juice in your Tupperware. Then you need jalapenos. That way I can also use up my jalapenos. Isn't that great? Also put the jalapeno juice in there. Then you're gonna put the pickled sausages in there, which by the way, I tried them and they lost some flavor and tasted a bit sour. That's all. So I don't think this experiment was successful. Then you're also gonna put some pepperonis in there, or pepperoncinis, whatever you would like to call them. Some Tabasco sauce or just spicy sauce. Lots of chili flakes. Some blackened seasoning, which I didn't have, so I just put Cajun, which is similar, I think. And then you're also gonna put some Old Bay seasoning in there. Yay, it arrived. I have it now. Some smoked paprika and also put 2 eggs in there. And now you're gonna shake it all up and make a mess.
Wo kommt das raus?
Right off the bat, I did not like it because I thought it was too spicy. But as soon as I got into it a little more, as soon as I got into the eggs and just the different kinds of flavors that were in there, I liked it. I am admitting it was good. As I said, I'm a pickled bitch. I like the sausage in there. I like the egg in there. The egg was the best part because I love the egg soaked in this pickle juice and in the spiciness. That was perfect. I wish I had more eggs in there, but this was good. I ate this up. Cardi B recipes actually are a win in this video. Who would have thought?
That's weird.
As an afternoon snack, I have something on this list which is not really a celebrity recipe, but maybe adjacent. So there is a creator called Mr. Prada, and he posted about this Charlie XCX Air One bread smoothie. And it kind of went viral and people thought it was a real thing, but it all was just a prank. Like, he just made the smoothie himself and just pretended that he bought it from Air One and just, you know, he made it up. So this smoothie doesn't really exist, but he did post a video how he made that smoothie. And I saw people recreating this and saying that it's one of the best smoothies they've ever tried. Technically, this is not a Charlie XCX recipe, but also it kind of is. So this is definitely the recipe with the most ingredients, I think. Obviously, I was not able to get everything that was used originally because a lot of it is very America-based. But I think I actually managed to get the most important parts and also good substitutes. So first of all, water. We don't know how much. And then you're supposed to roll the lime to make it juicy. I don't know. Cut off the ends because they're bitter. And you're gonna put it in there with the peel. I forgot that there was water in there. That just scared me. Sweetened condensed milk. A good spoon. Oh, okay, that's a lot. By the way, this is called a Brazilian lemonade, apparently. Almost forgot ice cubes. I want to try that. That's good, but it's not blended so well. I think I have to strain it. Hey, the sun. I strained it. Next, he puts in Daily Greens powder by Vital Proteins, which we don't have, but I found Daily Greens from a different brand. It's green powder. It's gonna be the same. There's a spoon hiding in there. And we're gonna bury the spoon in there again and never open it up again. I mean, it's probably good for you or for me because I don't eat a lot of vegetables. Actually, well, I'm gonna get them. I forgot the matcha. Apparently a teaspoon, but we're not gonna do so much. I don't want to waste my precious matcha. Propolis Pure. Never heard of it. Apparently it's great for your immune system. I mean, I've heard of propolis, but I've never consumed it in a smoothie. 2 drops? Wow. I'm glad I ordered this for 50 euros. This is very hard to dose. I wasted at least 2 euros. Some mint leaves. I'm not gonna put too much because I don't like mint in my drink. Then a cup of spinach. I guess this is a cup. Apparently you put yerba mate. This is the product, but we don't have that specific brand here. So I did buy yerba mate, but from Virtue Clean Energy and strawberry lime flavor. I think his is like mint flavor or something, but it's still a similar product. Well, I'm glad I have a 12 pack of these now, but he says it's just a splash, so I'm hoping that this won't taste so intense. Then Kin Euphorix Sunshine or something. I ordered this from fucking America. I don't even know if it was worth it. Apparently this is also like an immune booster. It has caffeine, saffron, turmeric, a lot of vitamins. This is so stupid. I also ordered like an 8-pack of these for that splash. Then you put half an avocado. Then he put something called Ting by Moon Juice. It's for your metabolism and energy. Honey. And that is it for the smoothie. Let's blend her up. Put that aside. And we're gonna make this type of syrup that's always in Air1 glasses, you know, like we're gonna put another color in there. We're gonna use charcoal. You have to be careful when you eat charcoal. If you take medicine or anything, then you have to like eat it 2 hours before or after, I've heard. I don't know. I've never used or eaten charcoal. 1 packet, and we're gonna mix that with even more of the sweetened condensed milk. Oh, I didn't know that was liquid. I thought it was gonna be powder. Oh. Now it's pitch black. Oh, the sweetened condensed milk is so good. Okay, so first up, this, and then you just also put it on the sides. No, it looks so cool. I did that, and now it only has to taste good. I love that the smoothie is still in frame. I'm so confused. I've never tasted anything like this. I think I made it a little bit too sweet. It is a little bit bitter, very limey. Oh, it's so sweet. Ah, chocolate on my fingers.
Right?
Why does it kind of taste like bubblegum?
Bubblegum?
I didn't put bubblegum in there.
Do you not get bubblegum?
Not right now. What do you taste?
Well, I don't know.
Do you like it?
I don't know.
There's just something weird about it. What do you say? And now guys, it's time for the last recipe of this week. And what better way to end it than with a pink lasagna by Paris Hilton. I am still not sure if this is a trolling video. I don't think they made this recipe to eat it afterwards. I don't even think this is an actual recipe because it's not only pink, it's also questionable. I mean, being pink is also obviously already questionable for a lasagna, but this recipe, I had to play detective. Let's just get into it. In the video, you can hear the voices and they say pasta, Alfredo sauce, ricotta. Those are their layers. With normal lasagna, you obviously have the bechamel sauce and the sauce bolognese, like the tomato sauce. And I just assume they made this because they were able to dye it pink then. What you can't dye pink is the bolognese. So I get why they switched that one out. As I said, I don't think they made this video for people to recreate it, but I will do that because pink is my color and I will do my color justice. So first off, put a lot of butter into the pan and fry up some garlic in the butter. I used too much butter, but apparently this is the video for butter, so there can never be enough butter. Then you're gonna put in 2 packs of cream. That's like 200 grams each, so 400 grams in total. Obviously salt and pepper, and then I just let it cook for like 2 to 3 minutes so it thickens up a bit. Then I put in some parsley, but not too much because I was scared that it's gonna show up in the pink in the end, and I wanted it to be pink and not with black bits in it, you know what I mean? And then you're gonna put a lot of Parmesan. Since I don't really have a recipe, I might as well just freestyle a little bit and make a good cheese sauce. Then you're just gonna add some of the food coloring and make it pink. Put that to the side, and now we're gonna get to the other sauce, which really is concerning me a little bit because it's just ricotta basically. I put in 2 whole cans of ricotta and some olive oil, and it was just not a good consistency, so I tried to make it even more like sauce. Then I put 2 eggs in, some salt and pepper, and then I decided to also add in some onion because I still had some left, and the onion is also like pink purplish, so I thought that's gonna be fine. And then I added a little bit of tomato paste because I was like, a little never hurt nobody, because this tasted like nothing. Then it got this little red hue, and then I just added the food coloring. I realized, okay, it doesn't even make a big difference if I add tomato paste, so I added even more tomato paste. It just made sure it still looked pink. And then I just went back and forth and back and forth. I just wanted to make the sauce taste like something. I don't know, man. This is the life I've chosen now. Then obviously the next challenge was to make the cheese pink. I just put some food coloring into the cheese and just shook it around for a couple of minutes. And honestly, that worked so so well. And now we're already gonna assemble. I put a little bit of the Alfredo cheese on the bottom. I don't know why I did that. Put your lasagna pasta on top and then put Alfredo sauce again. Then you're gonna put the ricotta and then some cheese, some glitter already apparently. It honestly kind of was satisfying. Then just repeat the whole process at the Alfredo sauce, at the ricotta, at the cheese, and then another layer until you're out of all the sauces and you put everything in there. And then obviously you need to top it again with some glitter, and this is your pink lasagna. Now you can put it into the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, and there you have it. It's done, baby girl. I have to say, as much as I'm irritated by this recipe, it also healed something in me. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't even bad. I mean, it's like a pasta Alfredo in the form of a lasagna. The ricotta brought a bit of a weird texture into this, I have to be honest, because ricotta is kind of like, it has some texture, you know, almost a little sandy, but I didn't mind it too much because the flavor was still good. I don't even want to know how much food coloring I actually ate because I almost put the whole bottle in there, but this was still not bad. I'm almost sure that this was even better than the one that Paris Hilton made. I challenge you, Paris. I feel like my pink lasagna is better than yours. But this was good. I also gave it to Vincent and he also liked it. And that's rare. That was everything that I ate in that week. I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised because it was all quite good. Even the pink lasagna tasted good. Like, what do we want more from life? Nothing. It was a lot of fun. Celebrities do have a taste after all. Except Billie Eilish. I'm so sorry, Billie. I hope you liked this video. I always love my 7 days videos, even though obviously they're quite long to film. My favorite 3 celebrity recipes: Grimes butter toast, Gordon Ramsay scrambled eggs, and the Taylor Swift crepe with ham and egg. Okay, I'm gonna say good night now. I'm gonna snatch this wig off of my head, eat some cookies, and then go to bed. And then be happy I don't have to research another celebrity recipe tomorrow. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media, which is Naomi John on
Instagram,
Naomi John on
TikTok,
and also Naomi John on
Spotify.
Also, don't forget to buy your ticket for my upcoming concerts in Europe and the UK. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye. Scheiße. Yeah, good. Knocked the lights over, like always. There can never be enough butter.